HD.
Hello and welcome to the British Basketball League and to Kelvin Hall here in Glasgow, where the Guildford Heat are visiting. The Rocks narrowly beat the Heat by 5 when they came here in December, but since then the Surrey squad have won 5 of their last 7 games and are one of the form teams in the BBL. We're expecting another close one tonight. Before we get underway, let's have a look at the league table going into this game. And Newcastle are now 6 points clear following their victory over Worcester. Leicester up to 3rd, but Plymouth have played a couple games fewer than the Riders and 5 less than the Eagles. Glasgow sit in 5th with a 500 record, whilst Guildford are in 8th, but they are on the rise after a slow start to the season. Well, I'm joined now by a man who played his first top-flight game in 1976 from EPAB to Durham, a Northeast basketball legend, the Wildcats coach Dave Elderkin. And Dave, back in the BBL on a personal level, how exciting has it been for you this season?
Well, first of all, when you mentioned that date there, it makes it really exciting because it's 15 years since I last coached in the BBL, so absolutely tremendous to be back and loving every minute of it.
And turning our thoughts to tonight's game, it looks a very even contest to me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we played both teams. In the games against us, the athleticism of Guildford was a real factor. I don't know whether that's going to bother the Rocks today, but I know that they met here in their last and it was a really close game, and that's obviously what we're hoping for today.
And EJ Harrison, he's not 100%, but he's still a handful in that backcourt.
EJ, obviously, if he's fully fit, is going to help them, but the one thing about this team, having played them with him and without them, is they've learned to manage how to do it without him.
And Guildford started the season terribly, but they're one of the form teams in the BBL right now.
We know that same as Milton Keynes, this athleticism at some point in time is going to pay off. One of the things I assessed over Christmas in that leap from EBL 1 to the BBL is 2 things. One is much better shooting in the BBL, and there's a really good level of fitness. And I think that both these teams are pretty athletic, and both of them have got 2 really good pull-up jump shooters, so it's going to be a fascinating clash.
Do you think it'll be a battle of the backcourt? Who wins that wins the game?
Well, it depends on how DeAndre plays for the Rocks, and I've never seen Frank Holmes play, but Mike Martin's pretty tough guy inside for them. But you know, on paper, you look at Micah Green, you look at Danny Huffer, you look at what the Guildford Heat have got in the backcourt. Yeah, you could say that where it could be decided.
Well, those are Dave's thoughts. Earlier, I caught up with the 2 coaches to see what they had to say. Well, Sterling, obviously we saw that heartbreaking 4th quarter for you last week. What's been the reaction this week in the camp?
I think guys were, a mixed reaction really. I think, what I try to do is focus on the positive things of the weekend, and for 3 quarters of that basketball game and the game of the previous night, I thought the guys did a great job, especially considering the situation and circumstances. So we just try to focus on the positive. We learned from that. We definitely learned from it, but there was a lot to take out of it too.
And playing a Guildford team who are resurgent in their form.
Yeah, no, Guildford's a great team. I think they got a lot of talent. They got the veteran leadership. They got the size. They got everything you need to be a good team. And the fact that they're placed where they are right now is a mystery to a lot of people right now. And I think they're a team a lot of people don't want to see, So I think we've caught them at an inopportune time for ourselves, and that they're playing good basketball right now. And I think they're really finding form. They've made some additions that I think have really helped them too. So I think it'll be a tough test for us tonight. So we got to be ready to go.
A lot of people are looking at the pack in the middle of the table with yourselves, the Lions and the Sharks, but you can't rule Guildford out of that group as well, especially if you don't get a win here today.
Oh, no, definitely not. Our focus right now is just winning basketball games. We're not necessarily looking at the table and trying to figure that out because, it's liable to change 3 or 4 times before the season is over from this point right now anyway. So we just want to work on our play and working on getting better and keeping some consistency within the group, and then just hoping that equates to wins. And if we do those things, then everything else will take care of itself.
And what aspect of the game will you be focused on most before tip-off?
I think we gotta be physical with these guys. You know, they're a big team. I think they rebound the basketball well. I think at the guard positions they have big bodies. So I think we as a group have to make sure that we're ready to guard, whether it be on the perimeter for a big or in the interior for a small guy. So it'll be just a tough physical battle tonight, and we got to be ready for that.
Good luck. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers. Thank you, sir.
Well, Creon, last time we saw you, you were going through some difficult times, but life must be good right now.
Yeah, January was good for us, so we just hopefully going to continue with what we've started in January and get a good run in February to keep that playoff spot.
And you're in a great run of form. Confidence must be really high in the group.
Yeah, I think we've managed to get away our teething problems, obviously bringing the new players into the team. Frank Holmes is still adjusting to his role, but on all, I think we're all just comfortable and happy with where we are right now.
And you're currently just inside the playoff line, but you must be looking up rather than down, are you?
Yeah, I mean, you got to give Mersey, Cheshire, Durham a lot of respect. You know, there's still a lot of games to go. Just like we've climbed from the bottom up to about 8th spot, they could do the same. But, you know, Sheffield have been dropping games. Milton Keynes have dropped a league game against us. So anything can happen. I think, you know, 5th place is not really out of our reach.
Yeah, the Rock's currently in 5th. If you can win this game tonight, just pulls them a little closer to you.
Yeah, it's a different type of league this year. I think everybody looks at the loss column rather than the win column. So obviously it's good to have the wins up there, but each time you drop a game, it brings somebody else closer to you because you hope that you're going to win your games in hand.
And they're a pretty talented backcourt. How do you slow them down?
Well, we know that obviously, you know, they're probably to full strength now, having Sterling come back. E.J. Harrison, probably one of the best point guards in our league. He's not 100% fit, but you know, he's what he's capable of. I think he got 15 points playing on a bad leg against Plymouth. So, you know, we'll try and slow them down like what we did with Bowles and Gill. Not an easy task, but, you know, we'll work hard as a team.
Well, tip-off here at Kelvin Hall is a couple of minutes away. Let's take a look at the 2 team rosters for today's game. In Glasgow, we'll see how DeAndre Cranston goes. They're looking to bounce back from a disappointing home defeat last time out when they went down by 14 to Mersey. Ordinarily, they're very good at home, but Coach Davis will know anything short of the best will not be good enough against this Heat side. Dave, I mean, this team really fires on its backcourt. Green is a tremendously powerful offensive scorer for them.
Yeah, they've got a really strong backcourt. They've not only got Green, obviously EJ's out there, but kid who played really well against us is Danny Huffer. Hit a lot of corner shots against us, and I've seen him step up on a numerous occasions now, so they're really strong in the backcourt.
And now to the Guildford Heat, and both Julius Joseph and Mike Martin include the Rocks as one of their former clubs. Joseph spent 4 seasons in Scotland, helping the Rocks to their best ever league campaign when they finished as runners-up in 2006. Since they've made their changes, Guildford have been one of the best teams in the league. 5 wins from their last 7, Dave. They're definitely a team on the rise.
They are. I've seen Julius really nail it from downtown. Mike Martin, really strong player inside and going to the basket. But when we played them, I was really impressed with Martel and also Teo. They did a really good job for us out on the break. A very, very athletic team. It'll be interesting to see how transition goes in this game.
Yeah, Martel McLemore started this season. He wasn't quite at the peak that we saw him last year, but he seems to have got back to form. And Teo's really an X-factor player for them. When he comes with a big performance, they have good games.
Yeah, I've seen Teo play live at Sports Central in Newcastle against the Eagles. I thought he was the best player, and I thought that night Guildford were unlucky to go away with a defeat, and he was a key part of that. Teamed up really well and played very well with Martel.
Well, the 2 teams are making their way out onto court. DeAndre Cranston will start the game for the Rocks, but he has been struggling all week with the knee injury that we saw him pick up. It seemed inadvertent at the time, but his knee is strapped, and hopefully we'll get to see a good performance out of him because he's a big presence inside, and they could do with it against this Guildford lineup.
Certainly is, and obviously another factor in this game is going to be Gareth Murray, who's out there. Another kid who can hit it down from the 3, likes to get to the basket. Interesting starting 5, no EJ.
We'll be back with more BBL action after this break.
You don't know how special you are, do you? How you can run, who your daddy was, how they killed him.
Look, starts Saturday 18th February at 9, Sky Atlantic HD. Restaurants, cinemas, gigs. Want a great night out? We'll get you in. American Express. Realise the potential.
You know what, Churchill? I love...
New York?
No, I love...
Lucy.
No, what I was going to say was that I love...
You, baby.
I love your...
Tiger feet.
No, I love...
It went apart.
I love your UK call centres. They always know what I'm on about. Unlike you big dog.
For UK call centres, plus 12 months for the price of 10 on car insurance, chat to Churchill.
It's my job to look for things. And some things you can't afford to miss. Like insurgents prepping a rocket rail. Within minutes, a tornado was sent up. One target destroyed. 0 casualties. My proudest day ever.
Leather dries out, just as men's skin. If you use a regular men's shower gel, your skin may become dry and tight. Dove Men Plus Care is different. Only Dove contains micro-moisture technology, which fights the effects of skin dryness after every wash. Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin.
Sky's Online Casino brings you a great range of online casino games with a completely free £10 bonus to new players to play on casino classics such as £1 Million Drop, Cops and Robbers and Cleopatra, and favourite games like Deal or No Deal, where you choose your lucky box and attempt to beat the banker. You can use your free £10 to play the slot version too, or a jackpot game that's reached £2.6 million. Claim your £10 free now at Sky's Online Casino. SkyVegas.com.
Upgrade to a new BlackBerry Bold 9790 or 9900.
You can also be part of the story as an RAF reserve. Search online for RAF reserves.
Experience the wonder. The Force is unusually strong with them. And the adventure.
Just hang on!
This February, celebrate Star Wars for the first time in 3D. Wipe them out. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 3D, only on the big screen.
Wedemeyer, Hoffer and Green start alongside Murray and Cranston. E.J. Harrison clearly coming off the bench. He did play 2 games last week. He's still on the way back from that ankle injury, and maybe that has something to do. We'll keep an eye on that one. And it'll be Wedemeyer and Durant who will jump it up. They're on their feet here in Kelvin Hall to get us underway with this BBL Championship action. And we're ready to go. Thumbs up from the official, and the ball will go up. Durant at the second attempt tips it back to Drew Lasker, quickly forward to Teo Ogundengbe, driving to the hole. The Rocks are a bit slow to react, but they do come down with the ball. Green to Hoffer. Hoffer, his shot doesn't go. Wedemeyer got a hand to it, out of bounds. And both teams got a little caught there on the opening play defensively.
You know, certainly, I mean, both teams looking to go 1 pass, 1 shot. You know, you would think that they would try and settle the things down, run a little bit of offense, and then look to pick where the shots are coming from. Interesting, Drew Lasker running the point. I've not seen Drew run the point before.
Is Durant bouncing it inside, and Murray trying to knock it loose, does knock it loose. Wedemeyer comes up with it for the Rocks. Wedemeyer driving to the hole, trying to draw a foul, misses the layup, stuck with it though and laid it back in.
He did a good job on the defensive end as well. The ball went into Michael Martin. Michael should have sensed that double team coming to him, and he had a wide open shooter on the perimeter. Tried to beat him by himself. Terrific defense from Wedemeyer.
And the Rocks fans sitting down, they stand till their team gets the opening score, which is great when it happens in the first minute, not so good if it takes 3 or 4 minutes. Pull-up jump shot from Ogundengbe is good to tie the game at 2.
I really like Teo. I think he's a terrific athletic player, but he brings more than just athleticism to it. He's got an outside shot. He can get to the basket. He can tee people up as well.
Here's Green throwing the alley-oop. Oh! Finished off by Gareth Murray. Great play from the Rocks.
Terrific play set up there by a back screen on the weak side, a back screen away from the ball. Guildford didn't talk it through, and Gareth got wide open, but still a very well-controlled tip-in.
Murray reading the cross-court pass to deflect it away, but the Heat stayed with it, and Martin with the lane.
That's where he's at his best, Daniel. Watching the play on the perimeter and choosing his moment to get to the basket.
Here's another quick look at the Gareth Murray alley-oop. And we'll get back into the live action. Super play. You don't often see Murray attacking the basket like that. He's more of a shooter.
No, just really well under control. I mean, it was a difficult tip, and he took it one-handed. A lot of people try and catch it two-hand off that and lay it in, but he really took that under control well.
Huffer can't convert as the shot clock ticks down, and this is something Guildford do very well, turn defense into offense.
There's athleticism coming into play 2 in a row, and as I was just saying before, Michael Martin really clever at slipping to the basket off screens.
Cranston left alone, he takes that mid-range jump shot. It doesn't go though. And Dengby backs out, and he will try and hand over to Lasker, but Green prevents that. So Martin gets it to Lasker underneath. Good pass down the lane from Mike Martin.
Really old-fashioned flex play there. Still can produce goods, and that was a terrifically well-executed one. Pass across the court and run the guy in from the weak side, wide open underneath.
Here's Murray, head fake, steps back, fires it up, that one off the mark, and Lasker looking to push for the Heat again. Lasker driving all the way to the hole, is challenged. Wedemeyer hit the ground hard. He's called for the foul. Both guys get up. Look, for a moment there, as if Wedemeyer might have banged his head as he landed, but great challenge.
Well, I think we've got two contrasting styles coming here, Daniel. Guildford taking route one. Scottish Rocks now trying to settle into the half-court offense to do it that way.
Well, Lasker can go to the line and put his team into double figures here after only 3 minutes of action. If he makes both, which he won't do, missing the front end of the throw line, but Guildford's extra pace and looking to get out on the break as soon as they can is something that the Rocks are going to have to try and contain in this game. Lasker draws a blank from both.
A little bit of respite there for the Rocks, and here we go again into the half-court set, looking to work a good basket, pick and roll, high screen entry.
Cranston driving through, and that ball deflected out of bounds, so it will be a Rocks ball. And checking into the game for the first time is the Rocks player coach Sterling Davis, DeAndre Cranston getting an early break.
Well, maybe Sterling's decided that the mobility of the big guy's not enough. I mean, what you saw there was a really good high screen and roll, but poorly executed finish by DeAndre. Just a little slip pass, and Danny Huffer would have been in.
Green from the old three-point line doesn't go. Rebound by Mike Martin. Good hands from Huffer, and the other thing you mentioned earlier, what he brings at the offensive end, Huffer as well, a tremendous defensive player, always in the lanes, making the hustle plays.
Yeah, it was a really good play by Danny there. He read that exceptionally well. I'm noticing here that Guildford are really looking to push the ball down the middle rather than attacking a traditional transition from the wings.
Everybody on this near side, never seen a play set up with everybody on one half of the court. Now Ogun Dengby on the far side, fakes at the three, towed the line when he did fire it up, and Wedemeyer grabs the rebound.
The way Guildford are playing defense right now, Daniel, and the Rocks have got to look to knock some shots down from the outside.
Green inside to Davis, good help from Ogun Dengby to knock it loose. McLemore pushing, dumps off to Durant. Durant goes hard to the hole and lays it in. Green looking to run it back the other way quickly, but Guildford recover.
Really, really good help defense on that last Glasgow Rocks offense by the Guildford Heat.
Good hands from Murray to knock it loose. Comes down with it. 3-on-1 here for the Rocks. It's lobbed up to Huffer, who lays it in for two.
You've got to score 3-on-1, and they certainly did that there. Really good decision-making from Gareth Murray.
And good defensive play from Murray in the first place to steal it away. Ogun Dengby. Lasker giving some space, gets it to Martin. Martin from 20 feet off the side of the ring. Good box out from Sterling Davis to pull in the rebound. Green, nobody stopped him in the open court, goes hard to the hole, can't convert though. And Lasker looking to push the other way. In the corner, straddling the line is McLemore. It's overcooked, but Durant had the inside position, and he was fouled from behind by Gareth Murray. And really the problem there, from the Rock's point of view, is they didn't box out the big fella. He's right underneath the basket for this rebound here.
Correct, and also a factor right now is neither team are really shooting particularly well from the perimeter. So, interesting gaming prospect.
Well, E.J. Harrison will check into the game for the first time now for the Rocks. And Drew Lasker will also get a breather for the Heat. Free throw is good. Guildford, I thought for a second we're going to come with a little full court press, but it wasn't to be.
Both teams certainly keen to get the bench into the game early. Whether this is something the Free thought about beforehand or whether it's something that's come upon them, I don't know, but it's good to see both teams running the bench.
Inside is Wedemeyer. That will go for two. Ogun Dengby is going to be called for the foul, and it will be a bonus situation here for Wedemeyer. He will go to the line for an extra point.
This guy's really underrated. You think about that there, he's up against a bigger, stronger guy and got great control over his body as he laid it in. Terrific basket.
Now he has the chance to cut the lead down to a single shot between the sides, and he does exactly that. It's the Rocks 9 and the Heat 12. We're midway through the opening period. Albert Margai into the game in the point guard position. Durant drives baseline. Good hands from Murray, but it ends up with Ogun Dengby, and then Davis knocks it out of bounds. Good defensive recovery, but they've let two guys get under the basket there, Dave.
I think Gareth's having a really strong game defensive now, and I'm just thinking about Wedemeyer. That's a great signing for the Rocks. Canadian kid, but with a British passport. Really good addition to their squad.
Here's Martin trying to go to work on him, bouncing it out. Margai fires up for three on the shot clock buzzer. It doesn't go in. And Wedemeyer with the rebound.
Interesting to look at these stats from the perimeter at the end of this break, because no team, in my opinion, really connecting well from the perimeter at the moment.
Davis driving through the lane, and as it just knocked away, it will be possession to the Heat.
Watching that Guildford defense there, from our advantage point here, it looked as though Sterling Davis had a driving lane, but how quickly did Guildford close that driving lane down?
Well, the shooting numbers for you, Dave, actually, there's only been one three-point shot in the game. There's been quite a few straddling the line, but they've been counted under the twos. And certainly Glasgow struggling at only 33% from the floor so far. Is Martin driving along the baseline, and that was probably a little bit too easy. Wedemeyer gave him the step, and Martin's too strong, too athletic to allow him to take that move.
Really good wraparound move there from Mike Martin. But what impressed me there was the way he got positioned in the first place. Really sealed well on Anthony Wedemeyer.
So Martin looking to convert the three-point play. Guildford already lead by 5. They've had the lead from most of this first quarter, and that will allow a substitution to come into the game with Wedemeyer sitting down and Green checking in. That foul on Wedemeyer was his second.
Pretty standard rule in BBL and most basketball now. You get a player on picks up 2 fouls in the first quarter, you bring him to the bench. You don't want him picking up his third in the first quarter.
Harrison's three is a little bit long, and the rebound comes out to McLemore. Driving to the hole, got to stop him in the transition. Rocks fortunately come up with it. Huffer's out in front, good pass to find him, and he eventually laid it up. He had the bigger Martin there, he sized him up and laid it in.
That's exactly what the Rocks needed, though. They absolutely been coming down the floor, getting the wide open looks, and they needed to take it inside to get the higher percentage shot.
Tremendous pass down the court. Good hands from Davis. In fact, he must have caught him across the arm, and Joseph will go to the line to shoot 2.
And one of the things about the Rocks here, Daniel, is that they had that long spell without EJ, and Micah Green showed some real good point guard skills during that, and you had an example of that lovely lead pass there.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because when he came into the league, he was thought of as an off guard who was going to shoot and score, and then he played most of this season as a scoring point guard, and it gives them different looks because they can put EJ at 2, he can play at 2, they can go with this small lineup with Huffer out there as well.
That's a good trio for the backcourt. Micah Green, to me, is a lot like Demarius Bowles. He's got one of the best drive pull-up shots in the league.
Here's Harrison. Good hands to knock it out of bounds by Margai, but it will remain Rock's possession halfway through the offense.
If this was someone we were giving points to, I'd say right now Guildford ahead on points with their defensive intensity. They are doing a real good job. They're closing every driving lane that opens up to the Rocks really quickly.
Davis drives in, and there is a lane closed. Got to shoot here, shot clock getting low. Green with the fall away. He airballs, but it doesn't matter because Joseph caught the rebound. Again, another good defensive stand by the Heat.
Well, credit to Sean Durant in his pre-game interview with you. He said that Guildford's defense is going to be a key factor right now, and Guildford's defense is the reason for this 5-point lead.
And Martin, should have scored from close in. Holmes trying to get an offensive rebound. Eventually it comes out to Martin, and the Heat can reset. Round to Joseph on the far side for 3. Doesn't go. Another offensive rebound from Holmes. Travel with it, though, the big fella. Little shuffle of the feet. He's just checking with the official what the problem was, but he just shuffled his feet before he pounded it down. And Frank Holmes is a good rebounder, especially at the offensive end. If he's active on the offensive glass, that is good sign for his team.
Yeah, this is my first look at him, Danny, and I agree with you right there. I think a lot of the big guys this year in the league are really frustrated with the referees are calling pivot feet and traveling.
Holmes with the steal, showing his dribbling skills out on the break, and he jams it down.
Hats off again to the Guildford defense, not letting the Rocks get into that half-court set at all. You see Sterling wants more action from the bench.
Great play from Holmes with the steal, and fast. You don't often see the center out running the fast break like that. Here's Davis sizing up Holmes, trying to beat him for foot speed. Kicks out to Harrison, 2 on the shot clock as EJ fires it up halfway down, but it doesn't go.
Just not dropping for him, is it, from the perimeter, Danny? Yet they're getting the wide open looks.
Holmes inside jams it down, and he's certainly been a spark plug for this team since he's come into the game.
This is where you think about Sterling on the floor now. Who's making the decision here about, do these guys keep shooting these open threes and hope that they go in, or do they try and get inside as Danny Huffer did before?
Green does try and go inside. Good defense again from the Heat. They can open a double-figure lead here. Margai pushing to the hole. Finger roll doesn't quite drop. There's a foul in there. I think it's on Gareth Murray. Yes, it is, says the official. With a little push. He wasn't too pleased with it. Here's another look at it, Dave. Just a little hand check there, I think.
Yeah, I know Albert well, and I'm really pleased that Albert's one of the players who stepped up from EBL 1, where he had a really good sell with Leeds Met. I'm really pleased he's got his chance. He's a great kid, really hard worker. I'm really happy for Albert that he's doing well in the BBL.
Well, he will go to the line for a couple of free throws, but first of all, Sterling Davis and the Rocks have called a timeout. This game just out to 9 now, could be double figures by the time they get the ball back. And Cranston is back into the game, so they've got Cranston and Davis on the court, which gives them a bit more beef inside the Rocks.
It doesn't. Cranston's mobility now is going to be put to the test because he may have a little bit of height advantage on some of these Guildford players, but they're quick and they're going to test whether or not he's got that movement to get to the hole.
Both good from the line. He's going to get a breather now, Margot, with Lasker replacing him. Yeah, and it's 2-1 here through the opening 9 minutes. 22-11 the score.
Really textbook free throw shooting there from Albert. Really, really good for the kids to watch at home and copy that shooting style.
Harrison for the Rocks. Down to Davison, a little mid-range, bit longer than that. Holmes tips it away from Cranston, and Lasker pushing. Deflected by Harrison, but in the end Martin came up with it, and a lot of offensive rebounds, and now it's 2-on-none. This will be easy as you like for Green with the stop.
Sometimes it doesn't matter how you score, you just need to get points back on the board to get your offence ticking over again. We saw from the previous offence there, Guildford didn't really give them a look of a chance inside at all.
Glasgow. McLemore dumps off, just a little bit behind Martin. I think Martin thought he was going to the basket and was worried about the rebound.
So I was saying earlier, Daniel, he does that really well. Mike Martin does that really well. A good teammate going to the basket, he knows exactly how to sneak along that baseline.
Good hands from McLemore to knock it out of bounds. It'll remain a Rocks ball. There's 4.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the Rocks looking for the final score. The horn's blown as Guildford are trying to make a substitution. Williams is trying to come in. Referee says no, he can't come in. He wasn't there in time. Davis with a tough shot, fires up. It comes to Cranston, who lays in on the buzzer. And I think Green might have got a little flick to knock that in to DeAndre Cranston, and he laid it in for two. And that's a big finish there for the Rocks. They needed a score on that play.
Yeah, first time I saw Cranston play early in the season at Newcastle. He showed he really knows how to play the inside game. That was a really good position he took there to take that offensive rebound, and took it with real quality. And they forced Sterling into a tough shot, but that's exactly, the last two baskets are exactly what Glasgow need.
Well, we reached the end of the first. Guildford coming out with a good start, but the Rocks pulling it back a little bit in the last few seconds. End of one, it's 15-22. We'll be right back after this.
I think we've got another one of those townies, Jess. With one of those crunchy Nature Valley bars.
Oh. New Nature Valley Oats and Chocolate Crunchy Cereal Bars. Deliciously crunchy, just got deliciously chocolatey too.
Come on, then. Time to get you back to the rodent race.
Discover Oats and Chocolate Crunchy Cereal Bars from Nature Valley.
It's my job to look for things. And some things you can't afford to miss. Like insurgents prepping a rocket rail. Within minutes, a tornado was sent off. One target destroyed. 0 casualties. My proudest day ever.
Meet Sky TV customers, the Shahs. Like all of us at this time of year, they're keen to save money where they can. Their better effect came when Mr. Shah found he could save the family over £200 this year, just by switching from BT to Sky's line rental, calls package and unlimited broadband, which meant the Shahs could say goodbye to the January blues. Better value for your home. Just one of the many things we do for our customers, because we believe in better.
MyProtein.com fuels the ambitions of almost 500,000 customers. Hundreds of sports nutrition products at low prices. And right now, selected MyProtein bundles are half price, starting from just $19.99. MyProtein.com. Fuel your ambition.
Claim £10 completely free and experience the thrills of Sky's online casino. All the best games all in one place. Blackjack games, roulette games, multi-line slot games, bonus rounds, free spins, and average weekly payouts of over £19 million. All the best games to play online and on your mobile. Claim your free £10 bonus now. No deposit required. SkyVegas.com.
Meet Sky Movies customers Tom and Kirsty. Together for years and still can't agree on the same flavour of popcorn. Their better effect came when they discovered they could get free tickets to see brand new movies before general release, which is exactly what thousands of other Sky Movies customers are doing every week as part of the UK's biggest preview screenings programme. Free cinema tickets every week. It's one of the many things we do for our customers because we believe in better. Book your tickets now at sky.com/rewards.
Also be part of the story as an RAF reserve. Search online for RAF reserves.
Leather dries out, just as men's skin. If you use a regular men's shower gel, your skin may become dry and tight. Dove Men Plus Care is different. Only Dove contains micro-moisture technology, which fights the effects of skin dryness after every wash. Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin.
From Brighton to Belfast, Exeter to Aberdeen, the good times are coming.
What? Perfection!
A new season of McCoy's Premier League Darts starts this Thursday, 7 p.m. Sky Sports HD1.
Welcome back to Glasgow, where the hometown Rocks trail the Guildford Heat here by 7 through the opening 10 minutes, but they do have the ball to start us here in the second period.
And neither team has made one from the three-point line yet, and Guildford have the superior shooting percentage, and a lot of that is down to the way Guildford are pressuring every single shot that Glasgow take.
Cranston hands over to Harrison. Harrison drives into the lane under pressure. Cranston trying to go after it. Eventually Lasker comes down with it. Oh, good pass to Joseph, but it was Cranston was there. It just was in the one place he couldn't reach it.
Yeah, another great example of Guildford's defense starting their offense. But if you go back to EJ's basket, that tells me his guy's not fully fit. He wouldn't have missed that shot when he was in peak form.
Foul called on Teo Ogundengbe. That's his second personal foul. I think he's got the only 2 fouls of the game on Guildford's side.
I think we could see a sub there if they follow what I would expect is, unless they want him to run until he's third, but he's such a valuable person to this team.
Whoa, there's a pass almost to the referee, but Harrison pulled it up. Huffer's shot from three-point line doesn't go. Rocks now 0-5 from that distance.
You've got to give Glasgow credit for keeping moving this ball. That was a wide open shot for Danny, just not falling. But again, Guildford's defense is making it tough for them to get any rhythm at all to the half-court offense.
Well, on that rebound, Cranston grabbed it, and the foul has been called on Teo Ogundengbe, and you just said, well, will they take him out of the game? That's his third foul now. They have to take him out of the game, surely. And Dean Williams is up to the bench, but that is only the third foul of the game on the Guildford Heat. Unfortunately, they've all been on the same guy.
Yeah, what I think as a coach you think on there is if a guy gets 2 fouls in the first quarter, then you take him out. If he gets a second foul early in the second quarter, you still take him out. It's too big a risk.
Well, there's almost no time even to take him out while Coach Raftopoulos thought about it. Harrison under great pressure from good defense from Lasker, and Heat come down with it again.
See, I've seen EJ knock those down for fun, and as you know, getting your feet into a shot at that distance is really important, and I just don't think he got the zip into that shot to make it convertible.
Lasker to Joseph, spinning through the lane. Traveling violation is called. Give some credit to Danny Huffer, reaching in to slow Joseph down on that spin move.
Yeah, I think Danny and Gareth, if you had to pick out defensive pluses for the Rocks at the moment, it's Danny and Gareth. Gareth's obviously on the bench at the moment.
Harrison with a little crossover goes round the screen. Huffer. Davis bouncing it into Cranston, sizing it up against Durant, kicks it out. Good ball movement, finds Green open for 3, and the Rocks hit their first from behind the arc.
And from really good ball movement, inside, outside, into Cranston, out to Sterling Davis, and he followed the golden rule. One more pass to a wide open guy.
Down to 6 now, the gap between the sides. Durant in the low post. Williams, Durant wants it back and goes to the high, and Joseph driving in off the back of the ring. Another offensive rebound and a third stuff by Frank Holmes.
Till that went loose there, Danny, I was just thinking how that basket from Micah Green had ignited the Glasgow defense, but they went to sleep on the weak side rebounding.
Huffer from about 12 feet. His shot doesn't quite go. Lasker to Williams. Down low now to Durant. Squares up to Cranston. Thrown across court to Lasker. In the corner is Joseph. Shot clock down to 6. Joseph trying to back Hoffa down. Gets it to Holmes. Dumps into Durant. 3-second violation is called on Sean Durant. And you like the pass from the big fella, seeing his teammate open, but he probably needed to shoot that one.
I think you're probably right. It was a good pass, good high-low pass, but I think the referee got that 3-second decision. There's not many called, but I think that one was absolutely spot on. Sean Durant was absolutely camped in there.
The interesting thing is you'd never see it called if the shot went up, and yet he could have got the rebound. So you don't know what the difference between the two is. But
okay, well, what coaches say is shots don't go straight, passes do.
Holmes. Joseph in the corner. His three-point shot comes down in the hands of Frank Holmes. 6 offensive rebounds now for the Heat, and almost a 7th. And I think they've got a breakout again here with Gareth Murray firing up and Lasker on the challenge. And just wondered there whether Murray might have been more sensible to try and land and go back up, but fortunately for him, he was fouled, so he will go to the line.
Yeah, they've gone to the line, but I think situation there is normal EJ would have taken that drive. They would have taken that drive to create a better 2-on-1, ball on his inside hand to slip it off.
Well, Gareth Murray goes to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first.
He knocks this second one down. We've only got a 6-point game, so Rocks are hanging in there.
Well, as you said earlier, it feels like the Heat have the momentum slightly in this game, but it's still very close on the scoreboard, so the Rocks will be pleased. They'll feel their time will come in this game.
It is, and I'd like to see the stat of what the Heat's shooting percentage has been in their last few offenses. I don't remember them converting them, but except for apart from Frank's dunk.
Well, they have covered it up with some good offensive rebounding as well. Here's McLemore to Durant. Durant from a long way out. Easy rebound from Murray. Harrison from behind the arc. Hits EJ Harrison, halves the lead. It's down to 3.
Bat of an eyelid. That's how the great thing about this game of basketball. Rocks connect on shots, Heat start missing, and we've got a 3-point ball game. We're still 5.5 minutes to go in this quarter.
Durant in the low block traveled with it, just didn't get the ball down in time. Bounces it in frustration, but a simple call for the official there.
Changed his pivot feet.
Here's a look at it. You'll be able to see it lifted both feet up off the floor before putting the dribble down.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of these travel calls, but that one was straightforward and good positional play by DeAndre Cranston.
Harrison to Murray. Cranston wants it down low, gets it. Backs down on Durant. Dumps off to Green, cutting to the hole. Nice interior pass from Cranston to Green.
Cranston's a factor right now. He's getting down in that low block. They're getting the ball to him, and good things are happening because of it.
Tough shot from McLemore, well defended by Murray. The loose ball is pulled in by Cranston. Wedemeyer to Harrison. Heat have numbers back, so pull up from EJ Harrison, just towed the line. EJ Harrison has put Glasgow Rocks into the lead, 27-26, and forced Guildford into a timeout.
Clearly, Jager's getting his game feel back there. Much more positive shooting. And this is a wonderful game now. That swing has really put Guildford back under pressure.
Well, the Rocks in the lead here at Kelvin Hall, 27-26 midway through this first quarter.
But the problem with that spell there for Guildford, too many shots that are just not dropping for them. Getting the offensive rebound and not being able to put them back up. Some pretty solid defending around the Rocks boards.
Lasker brings it forward. Joseph has it. Down low to Mike Martin. Squares up at Wedemeyer. Head fake. Drives in. Double team comes, so he kicks it out. Good ball movement. Finds McLemore. Martin from behind the arc for 3. Great movement from the Guildford Heat. Kept recycling the ball until the shot was there.
Really good ball movement. I'm pleased that shot went in. It was terrific ball movement. I'm just thinking about the point you made before. maybe this defence isn't the same without Teo. They got that third foul. Maybe a little bit of intensity has gone out of this defence.
Murray hits from behind the arc for 3.
Couldn't buy a 3 in the first quarter, and now they're training them.
Durant gets it out to McMahon. Thought another one might go up there. It does from Martin, but there's a foul called offensively off the ball on Sean Durant with an illegal block. And the shot from Martin, which didn't go in, wouldn't have counted anyway.
I'd like to see that call again. I think I know why Sean got really frustrated there. I thought that was a pretty good block, he said.
Murray onto Harrison. Back to Murray, thinks about another 3. This time he drives in, lobs it up, gets his own rebound. I think he got caught in 2 minds whether to dish that off to Cranston or not. Harrison, body's falling on the floor, and I think Lasker's going to be called for a little grab as he went down.
Yeah, that was a tough defensive play. Once EJ decided to split that pick and roll, yeah, that was a tough defensive call. Good play by EJ Harrison. Very clever change of direction there. Sees him on the line with a chance to increase the Rocks' lead.
EJ Harrison makes the first foul shot. Doubles his side lead, and Guildford had the majority of the advantage up until about 2 minutes ago when EJ Harrison put them in the lead. Oh, and an offensive rebound from Green. Green left open, can't leave a shooter that good that open. Can't convert, but good finish from Wedemeyer on the follow.
Good offensive rebound. One really telling stat here when you look at the scoreboard: 5 fouls against the Heat, none registered against the Rocks in this quarter. Rocks have played 7 minutes without picking up a foul.
McLemore fires up, doesn't go. Rebound Murray. Harrison kicked out to Wedemeyer, has Green with him. Oh, throws a beautiful pass. Head fake, draws the foul. Oh, Green couldn't quite finish, but great vision from Wedemeyer. Saw the man, threw the behind the back pass. Let's take another look at it from this angle. Just a great pass.
That's the pass of the match. Absolutely the pass of the match. Great vision, great awareness. Michael Green could have converted that for a 3-point play, but at least he gets the chance to make 2. And the Heat now need to be thinking about that spell the Rocks went through, because at the moment they're trying to win it from outside. It's just not working for them.
And of course, you mentioned the foul count. If you're settling for jump shots, you're much less likely to be drawing fouls, and the Rocks have been going to the basket conversely.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the size of Guildford there. They need to be getting into that basket. Well, Frank Holmes was doing a good job for them before then. He needs to see more of the ball.
Lasker for the Heat, trailing now by 6. Holmes. Martin up top. Throws it down to Julius Joseph, who had the inside presence, and he's so strong in that low block.
Yeah, known for his perimeter shooting, but that was a really good seal, really good slip off the screen, and a nice little inside move.
Harrison round the screen from Cranston. Cranston cutting to the basket. I don't think Cranston saw the pass coming, but Frank Holmes did.
Good defensive positional play by Frank there. Never let his man see the ball.
Holmes to Joseph. Joseph kicks it out to Lasker. And now McLemore from behind the arc. Long rebound comes out to Frank Holmes. Another offensive. I think it's his 4th offensive rebound of the game. Dancing through the middle is McLemore, and there's a whistle on the play. The foul is on Wedemeyer, and I make that number 3. Yes, it is, says the table. So Hoffa's going to come in quickly for him.
I think Wedemeyer's had a really good spell. I think he's having a good game. Thinking about Martell there, his shots are not falling tonight. If Guildford need to get back in this and they want to take some shots, then Martell needs to start making them.
Holmes takes the jump shot from 16 feet and tipped in. It's normally the other way around. Lasker shooting and Holmes rebounding.
Terrific positioning, terrific lead. Great 2-point tip in there from Drew Lasker.
And a 2-point game with just under 2 to play here in the first half. Harrison to Cranston. And now Green has it for the Rocks. Hoffa steps underneath. Harrison does likewise from the foul line, knocks down the jump shot.
Great motion there from the Rocks, great motion. Really created that out, terrific movement off the ball.
Not so great defense, they didn't recover, and Lasker said thank you very much, just went right to the basket on Moore.
Yeah, route one again for Guildford.
That was what was effective for them in the early stages. They were getting to the basket in transition much better than they have of late. Well, the foul at the halfway line, which was just a bump, results in 2 free throws. The point you made earlier, how early Guildford got into the penalty here in the second quarter. You give a guy like Michael Green a couple of easy chances here.
Yeah.
And Green says thank you very much and knocks them both down. 80 seconds to go here in the first half. It's the Rocks leading by 4.
And Crean will be willing this clock to tick down to get this half out of the way. I know he really needs to get Teo back into this game.
Nice move along the baseline from Joseph. The defense collapsed on him. He still converted and he drew the foul. He'll go to the line for a bonus. The foul is on DeAndre Cranston.
Julius Joffers has been a real factor in this last minute. He's been getting good move on the perimeter, been a shooting threat, but he's also been getting inside and causing problems around the Glasgow Rocks basket.
He's a difficult cover because, as you say, he is a great shooter of the ball all the way out to the three-point line, but he's a big, strong presence in that low block, and if you put a guard on him, he can muscle guys out of the way. Here's Harrison for the Rocks. 2 points between the sides.
Again, good motion here from the Rocks. Using inside-outside options.
Green was open for a second. Davis goes alone. Will that drop? No, it won't for the Rocks player coach, but he did draw the foul. Little push foul from Mike Martin, which is his second, and Sterling Davis will go to the line for 2.
I'm really impressed with the Rocks are playing offense now without the ball. Most of the things they've created now have come from guys who are making big sacrifices, playing without the ball, good movement on the perimeter, screening each other free. They deserve to be back in this game and leading.
Sterling Davis doesn't get the second one to go, and that's the easiest rebound Frank Holmes has had in this game, and he's had quite a few. Lasker out to Joseph. Bounce down to Holmes and out to Martin out behind the three-point line. Ties the game at 40. Well, just a couple of second differential between shot and game clock here. The Rocks can tick this most of the way down. Cranston doesn't really want it out on the three-point line, and Guildford steal it away. 10 seconds to go, and it's laid in by Lasker. They need to be quick, and they've actually helped the Rocks there by knocking the ball away, Guildford, because the referee stopped the clock and gave them a delay of game warning. And if they'd let that go, then Rocks would have had a running clock to deal with.
Yeah, I think DeAndre Cranston will be really disappointed with that inside feed on that last offense.
Harrison on the buzzer. Ooh, off the front rim. But what a game we've had, really. Back and forth, swings either way, and it's Guildford who go into the halftime with a 2-point lead.
If I hadn't looked at the scoreboard, I wouldn't have realised that Guildford had managed to get back in. I thought that was the Rocks quarter. I thought they deserved to be leading, and just in the back of an eyelid, then Guildford with that lazy pass in from DeAndre Cranston, well picked off, have taken that advantage on transition, and have got themselves back in the lead.
We're at the half here in Glasgow. The Rocks trail the Heat by 2. We'll be right back after this break.
When you invade a place for its resources, you wipe out the indigenous population. And right now, we are being colonized.
Battle Los Angeles starts Friday on Sky Movies Premiere.
Oh, hello. I was explaining to your colleague, Steve.
Caroline.
Tom.
Jacqueline. Andrew. Jane. Hello, Mandy.
Ben. Ken. Sorry, Jen. Is it asking too much to not get passed from pillar to post?
Hello, Steve.
Oh, I see. It's different, Steve.
For your very own home insurance personal claims manager, plus 50% off home insurance, chat to Churchill.
At the Money Advice Service, there are handy tools and planners to help you make the most of whatever you've got. Just search Money Advice Service.
Upgrade to a new BlackBerry Bold 9790 or 9900.
Sky's Online Casino brings you a great range of online casino games with a completely free £10 bonus to new players to play on casino classics such as £1 Million Drop, Cops and Robbers and Cleopatra, and favourite games like Deal or No Deal, where you choose your lucky box and attempt to beat the banker. You can use your free £10 to play the slot version too, or a jackpot game that's reached £2.6 million. Claim your £10 free now at Sky's Online Casino. SkyVegas.com.
At Secret Escapes, you can get up to 70% off luxury hotels. Keep that to yourself. Even the best hotels don't want empty beds. But that's strictly between us. Secret Escapes handpick their hotels and guarantee their members the best rates.
Who are you talking to, darling?
No one. Shh, quick, go, go! Join the worst kept secret in luxury travel. Secret Escapes.
I never asked for the darkness. But now, it's mine to control.
We've come for the darkness, Jackie.
Come and get it.
Master your demons. The Darkness 2. Available February 10th.
Over the last year, 500,000 Britons suddenly just upped sticks and decided to move somewhere new. LV.
And they all probably moved their car insurance for the same reason. The price, right? Fact is, our no-claims discount can reach a whopping 75% off. Over 1,000 people a day are joining LV. Join them and you could enjoy cheaper car insurance too. Call 0800 656 656 or go to lv.com.
Well, it's Guildford who will get us underway. Julius Joseph straddling the halfway line to inbound. And just a few words with his teammates, trying to sort out the opening play. And he inbounds it and we're off and underway. Durant to McLemore at the top. McLemore drives through out to Durant. He's got that range in the corner. You can't sleep off him like that. He didn't knock that one down.
Yeah, early ball into Sean Durant, check out DeAndre Constance's mobility, and a good inside-outside play, got a nice easy shot for him.
Green to Cranston. Inside, Huffer with a little fall away, ball bats all the way out to Green, and Rocks can reset. Cranston round to Hoffer, open from behind the arc, and he strokes it down, and the Rocks are back in front.
Great shot. Good inside-outside look from DeAndre Cranston, and really good catch and shoot skills from Danny Huffer.
Pass cross court to Lasker, had to be high enough to get over Huffer. Joseph. Down low to Martin. Throws it cross court to McLemore. McLemore, no room to go through the lane. Out to Joseph on the shot clock buzzer, gets it off the back of the ring. And Durant's in there causing a nuisance of himself, but the Rocks still come down with it.
Yeah, interesting, both teams pushing this ball into the low post early. I thought there Martel had a good look to Drew Lasker, who hadn't been spotted in the corner, but chose to go elsewhere.
Tough shot from Garrett Murray with the pull-up. Knocks it down.
Oh, 6-0, hey? Two really good spot-up threes from the Rocks.
Lasker. McLemore driving in, dumps off to Durant, nowhere to go. Oh, the bounce pass, luckily for him, gets to Lasker. And Wedemeyer comes up with it. He wasn't aiming for Lasker, but it got there in the end. Murray with the head fake, steps underneath, throws one cross court that deflects off Huffer. Good work from Lasker to get his hand there, and Huffer taps his chest to say, I should have caught it, and Murray was saying, yeah, bad pass. So both taking responsibility.
I think both half right there, but one thing is you gave praise to Drew Lasker. That was terrific defense from Lasker.
Yeah. Here's McLemore and Lasker on the offensive end. In the corner is Joseph. His shot doesn't quite go. Murray fighting for it, and it came off Gareth Murray last. And Coach Davis is saying, no, 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 no. It came off Mike Martin, but referee having none of it.
A lot of teams like this set up at the moment, looking for that corner three. Very difficult to defend a corner three if you're not keeping vision on where the men are off the ball.
Cranston taps it up in the air and then finishes off the rebound with two hands. Huffer. Green offered the screen. Double team jumps out on him. Gets it down into the corner, and Huffer. Huffer drives through. Huffer with a little flip layup. Nice play from Danny Huffer.
It was really good penetration, but I think what I've noticed here is there's not the same intensity in the Heat's defense at the start of this quarter. I noticed Teo's not on. Interesting decision.
Durant pulls in the offensive rebound. Lasker driving to the basket is fouled by DeAndre Cranston. His second personal.
Really good back cut there from Drew Lasker. Drew started this quarter really well at both ends of the floor.
Here's another look. Cranston with his arm up in the air, and he's trying to make the argument to the referee, my arm's up and he's made contact with it, but more often than not, that's going to be a defensive foul.
I agree. I never agree when I'm coaching, but I agree.
Yeah, so it's the way. It's the one thing that I've learned during this job is coaches see a lot more good calls by the referees when they're stood here than they do when they're stood on the sideline.
All of the coaches in the BBL, none of them understand why the big guys are always getting so much foul trouble.
Lasker knocks down the free throw. 3 minutes into the second half. Still a very tight ball game here. 47-44 the score. Wedemeyer hands off to Murray. Trying to force it down, but good hands from Martin to steal that away. McLemore out on the break, drives hard to the hole. Wedemeyer in foul trouble, of course, can only stand there and try and put him off a little bit. Did well in the end, and Guildford get the ball from the end line. Martin. Durant. Mike Martin thinks about it, fires up for three, doesn't quite go. Tipped up in the air by Cranston. Murray trying to get there first. Ball is loose on the floor, and eventually Green swipes it away. Green to Huffer, and Huffer off the glass, lays it in for two.
Really good transition, well picked up by Micah Green. Went straight down the middle, gave the defense job a nightmare, and well finished by Danny Huffer. A little bit of hesitancy at the moment in the Guildford half-court offense.
Good hands from Cranston to knock it loose, thrown out to Huffer. Huffer, oh, good recovery from McLemore to knock it away from him, and out of bounds. It's a Rocks ball, but Coach Raftopoulos saw enough on the steal in the first place here. He'll have liked this hustle back, but he's seen enough in this opening 4 minutes to call a timeout here.
You're right, he has. I think he's not happy. He won't be happy with the intensity from the Guildford, but that there was a great example of hustle back, and Martel needed that play because at the moment he's just not quite firing in the way he would like to on the offensive end of the floor.
Wedemeyer to Huffer. Cranston cutting up through the lane. Durant recovered well. Cranston going strong to the glass. Nice play from the big fella.
I mean, everybody's eyes will be on the ball there, but what terrific movement by the Rocks off the ball. Again, in their half-court offense to create that easy two.
Oh, almost stolen away. It is stolen away. Murray deflected it. Green came up with it. Green drives to the hole and lays it in for two. And good play from Green. Just kept on going until the defense stopped him, and they didn't.
Cool comes to mind there. He was really cool when he took that shot. And that was evidence of the Rocks stepping up their defense.
Joseph spinning along the baseline. It's knocked loose by DeAndre Cranston, and it will be an end-line ball. And now is the moment where Teo Ogundenbi checks back into the game. Alongside him, Frank Holmes also coming in.
Yeah, good move by Creon. Get the big guy back inside, get Teo's energy into the defense and running the floor. And also, of course, Teo's a shooting threat wherever he is on the floor.
And Frank Holmes in that first quarter was very active on the offensive glass. Shot clock down to 3. Here is Ogundenbi, fires up under pressure, and the rebound is pulled in by Murray. Kicked out quickly to Wedemeyer by Green, going to the hole, and Joseph is going to be called for the foul. And the Rocks here can take a double-figure lead.
Well, I think this zone-type defense here, the Rocks have got starting to bother in the heat. They're not seeing the easy shots. They're not making the cuts into it. They've got to rotate, get this defense flattened a little bit.
Well, the Rocks now with the chance to go double figures in front here midway through this third quarter, and that's exactly what they do with Wedemeyer making the free throw. And they've just come out of the locker room a bit more lively than the Guildford Heat have.
They have, and at both ends of the floor.
And one usually feeds the other as well. If you're playing good defense, suddenly the shots are easier. If you're knocking shots down, suddenly you want to play a bit harder at the defensive end.
And the Rocks are taking a lot of shots off good ball movement, which means everybody being involved, everybody feels a part of the offense, and they feel good about taking those shots.
Lasker drives to the hole. Good rebound from Frank Holmes again. What a block from Cranston to knock it out of bounds. And Frank Holmes goes to the referee to argue that he was fouled on that. But super play here from Cranston coming over on the help.
We're not going to argue about his mobility now, are we? That was a terrific block.
Yeah, it was. And the referees are just going to have a word with the table, I think, about the shot clock, because there was a block shot in there, but they're happy enough. So Guildford have the ball. Joseph entices his man out. That won't be a clean block. That will be a foul on Cranston. He got his money's worth out of that foul, I think they said.
Yeah, I think somebody said to DeAndre, let him get 2, but don't let him get 3. It was absolutely no way was he going to let Frank get that shot off.
Frank Holmes will go to the free throw line, shooting a couple. First one is off the mark. And they've not been great from the foul line here today. And that continues as he misses them both. 8 of 14 from free throw territory.
Well, Crane will be really concerned at the moment in the way the Heat's offense has dried up. You'd think having worked to get to the foul line, hopefully you're going to convert.
Well, that's the thing. You always say, well, if you can't make your jump shots, then go to the basket, draw some fouls, and get some easy ones from the line. That assumes, of course, that you make the easy ones.
So was that DeAndre Cranston's 3rd foul?
It was, yeah.
And that's an interesting decision for Sterling, because he's got a history, hasn't he, of getting into foul trouble and fouling out. So it's going to be interesting to see how Sterling calls this one.
Well, he has got the option of bringing himself in for Cranston, but Cranston's been lively in the last few minutes, so I think he's going to try and ride that if he can. Oh, that's foul number 4 on Cranston. Andy sent Teo to the line for the bonus, and you just asked the question. You said he gets into foul trouble at times. There's his 4th.
Every time I've seen him play, gets his 3rd, he picks up his 4th very, very quickly. And of course, Sterling is more than an adequate replacement, but there's an example of Teo's athleticism, getting points back inside. Yeah, a really, really strong move from Teo.
Well, that's the thing, because Cranston caught him across the arm. It takes some strength to make sure that goes in. And Teo Ogundenbi converts the three-point play. A little zone press from Guildford, which is broken quite easily by the Rocks.
1-2-2 zone press there from Guildford Heat. I think it was more just to try and take the Rocks out of the rhythm they got into than anything.
Wedemeyer's 3 doesn't go. Through the middle it goes Teo again. Home fans wanting a traveling violation. Referees are going to have a word. It is a traveling violation. That's the ball.
I think that's the right call, Daniel. I don't think he was in control. I think he went out of control, and I think that's the right decision.
It was just on that last step, which was just before the foul was called.
Yeah, and if you saw the position of the two Rocks players as well, really good defensive positioning play from the Rocks 2 players.
Murray to Wedemeyer, wide open. Joseph dives out of him at the last minute, but didn't put him off. He still missed the shot though. Lasker pushing, gets it to Holmes. Holmes driving to the hole, lays it in for 2.
Great move there by Frank Strong going to the basket. That previous one, that easy shot outside was created by a quick pick and roll from Sterling Davies, and he's very, very good at those. There he is again, going for that quick pick and roll, trying to create take the inside away to create space on the outside for the shooters.
Green.
And he's done it.
Davis gets open shot himself in the corner.
Yeah, he earned that basket, Sterling. He's set 2 really good quick pick and rolls in the last 2 offenses that the Rocks have run.
Martin, good pass, Ogundenbi, and he's fouled by Wedemeyer, and I think that's his 4th as well. So Teo comes into the game and instantly puts 2 Rocks on the bench in foul trouble.
And now as I look at the scoreboard, we've got exactly the opposite we had in the second quarter. We've already got the Rocks on 4 fouls, and Guildford only got 1 team foul after, what, 7 minutes of play.
What it's been from is attacking the basket.
He's done a terrific job since he came in. This guy on the line now is one of my favourite players. Always plays with high energy, difficult to guard, really good player.
Well, he's a long way short on that free throw. Even the referee got caught out by that when it bounced over his head.
I don't think Teo's a player who likes to spend a lot of time on the bench. He'll soon get warm.
Wedemeyer has had to go to the bench after picking up that 4th foul, but E.J. Harrison, not a bad substitution to bring in.
You know, he could be now thinking with Cranston on the thing, with Wedemeyer on there, is this maybe a chance to just get the big guys really involved in this game, take it inside a little bit on the Rocks?
Well, they go outside instead, and Huffer was open for 3. That's the sort of shot he normally makes, but that one didn't drop for him.
Yeah, I think Frank Holmes getting into that position is a really good move.
And Ogundenbi flushes it down, and he's fouled. Once again attacking the basket, Teo Ogundenbi, but credit Frank Holmes for a super pass.
Really, really good tactical play there from the Heat. They've seen that the Rocks have sent Cranston and Wedemeyer to the bench very quickly, and they are now really attacking the Rocks basket.
Teo again at the free throw line. This time he gets 1 attempt because of the dunk and rattles that one in. And with just over 2 minutes to play here in the ball game, the lead is down to 6.
So saying about this, Danny, and neither of us can predict where this is going to end at this quarter.
Oh, nice pass, and Huffer goes up high to jam it down.
Boy, how high did that kid get off the ground? What a terrific backdoor play.
As Murray bouncing the ball, it looked like just a standard layup, but he just went to the top floor on that one.
The word explosive comes to mind.
Ogundenbi's shot halfway down. Huffer pulls in the rebound.
And again, really climbing off the ground to do it. I think Danny plays well above his height.
Green with the little step back, disappointed with himself. Lasker looking to push the other way for the Heat. Martin flashes to the high post, still Lasker has it. Oh, Ogundenbi lost it for a second, just bobbled through his hands. Lasker penetrates and is fouled. I think Davis is going to be whistled for it. It is Sterling Davis who's called for his second personal foul.
I like the way the Heat before were rotating the perimeter players a little bit more to challenge this Glasgow zone. I think they need to do that again. They're using the 2 big guys inside well. They just need to get a little bit better spacing, a little bit more movement on the perimeter.
Drew Lasker then at the free throw line, and Guildford have been there quite a few times here in this 3rd quarter. And he makes the first.
Really nice shooting, just Drew. I remember seeing him at the end of last season when he came in to help the Eagles out. Really good drive and pull-up jumper, and really solid from the free throw line.
Which he does, and my guy's going to check back into the game for him.
I think this is a good move, and this is a really good move. Albert's pretty solid handling the ball. but he's also a decent three-point shooter as well. Plus, he's a really good defensive player. I can see him being there out on there to guard EJ.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He's right up in him as well, and just knocked it away.
Be interested to see if they keep Albert on and bring Drew off Lasker back off the ball, because give him a little bit of freedom to run for his shots.
Green under pressure gets it to Davis. In the corner is Huffer for three, and that one's short as well inside the final minute.
Pity there, really great ball movement. Really great ball movement.
Martin going to work against Murray. Davis offers some help. Martin spins in, doesn't go. There's Ogundengbe inside again. A live wire in there. Lays it in for two. It's down to four. Harrison almost loses it behind the back. Davis round the screen. Green has it now. Here's Huffer. Shot clock down to 5. Did he walk with it? Yes, he did, said the referee. And with 18.2 seconds to go here, Guildford can cut this to a one-shot game.
Absolutely, back in momentum, Guildford. Coinciding with Teo coming in, I think he's done a terrific job.
Is he going out? No, he's not. It's Margai is going to sit down. McLemore will inbound it to Drew Lasker, who's just come in for this final play.
Drew will kill a little bit of time here.
McLemore back to Lasker. Into single figures goes the clock. McLemore now. 5 on the clock. Lasker fires up for three. Short. Holmes trying to come up with it. Tipped away. Huffer throws it the length of the court. I think it was after the buzzer anyway, but another up and down quarter. Hard to pick a winner in this one, Dave.
Well, I thought the Rocks, they were in the ascendancy at the start of that quarter. I think Heat have found the way back in. I think this is really, really tough to call. I like the way the Rocks are spreading them out. I like the way they're using the corners with the three-point shooter in it. But I think Guildford need to get back to their defense, creating their offense and pushing things a little bit harder in transition.
Just 4 points between them at the end of the third. Fourth quarter action after this break.
One of the biggest games in English football. The two most successful clubs in the country. United looking to win their 20th title. Liverpool chasing that coveted 4th spot. It's all to play for. Man United Liverpool, Saturday at noon, part of a Ford football weekend on Sky Sports HD.
It must be something psychological. It may be something very physical that makes me feel the way I do whenever I'm in touch with you. Just let me get my hands on you, and then I want somebody new. With me it's psychology.
Unleash the chaos. New links attract for him
and for her.
Punto with 0% APR and no deposit. This is the car we like.
With Sky Movies, you get more.
Let's go.
More brand new movies every week.
Well, thank you.
More ways to watch them.
You decide.
And more chances to watch them.
That's gonna be one hell of a ride, Staff Sergeant.
Whenever and wherever you are. In the UK and Ireland.
And I know just where to get them.
Are you ready? No one brings you movies like Sky Movies.
Sky's online casino brings you a great range of online casino games. with a completely free £10 bonus to new players to play on big-name games such as Blackjack, Deal or No Deal, and Monopoly, featuring an all-time favourite Rainbow Riches, where you can play for as little as 1p, enjoy 3 fantastic bonus rounds, and have the chance to win up to £200,000, and a jackpot slots game that's reached £2.6 million. Claim your £10 free now at Sky's online casino, skyvegas.com.
I think we've got another one of those townies, Jess. We've one of those crunchy Nature Valley bars. Oh.
New Nature Valley Oats and Chocolate Crunchy Cereal Bars. Deliciously crunchy, just got deliciously chocolatey too.
Come on, then. Time to get you back to the rodent race.
Discover Oats and Chocolate Crunchy Cereal Bars from Nature Valley.
Takes patience does digging. Take me car insurance, for instance. Did a fair bit of digging online and unearthed 15 weeks free from Aviva. Sensational find which helped me invest in this. Lightweight, powerful, with a working frequency of 18 kilohertz. It's big. It's big.
Want 15 weeks free car insurance? Get the Aviva deal at aviva.co.uk.
Welcome back to Glasgow, where the Rocks lead the Heat by 4 here. It's been a tight game throughout. Lead swinging back one way and the other. Still no way of knowing which team is going to end up on the top side come the end of the game.
I think the emphasis a little bit started to swing there with the 4th fouls to Cranston and Wedemeyer coinciding with Teo coming back into the game. Big call now for Sterling as to when he uses those 2 players again.
Well, not yet is the quick answer to it. Davis is out there, and both Cranston and Wedemeyer are on the bench. So too is Huffer.
Looks like Albert Margai's being assigned to keep E.J. Harrison under control.
And Martins Malniaks is in the game for the first time for the Rocks here at the start of the 4th. Green gets it to Murray, steps back behind the 3-point line and hits. What a big shot from Gareth Murray.
Terrific pip and pop there. Gareth Murray involved in the screen and roll, decided to pop out instead of go at the basket, and they left him wide open. That's where the Heat have to rotate another player over to take care of Gareth.
Stolen away by the Rocks, and here they come again through E.J. Harrison. Harrison with a little mid-range pull-up, rebound Malniaks, and it's knocked away. He touched it last, though, and he just clutching his face, but it will be a Heat ball.
I think a collision with Frank Holmes is not to be desired. I think Frank did a pretty tough job there, keeping him off the ball. Again, the double team from the Rocks at the start of this zone offense. A gamble.
McLemore, tough rearrange. He pulled it back in and then fired it off the glass.
Second best move of the match after Wedemeyer's behind the back pass. We said Martel would get going. That was absolutely brilliant skill.
Davis to Green. 5 points between the teams here in the 4th quarter. Green penetrates hard to the hole. They won't give him that. Foul was on the floor on Frank Holmes.
Yeah, clear foul there on Frank. Difficult to keep up with the quick guard. Did a good job, though. He didn't let him get his shot off. But if I've got that right, is that Frank's 4th foul?
Yes, it is. Tipped away by Margai, so it'll be Rock's ball from the side, and that also allows Durant to come into the game, and I assume it is for Frank Holmes, and yes, it is.
Yeah, pretty straightforward coaching decision there. They need that big presence on the floor. I think Sean's done a good job. Nice replacement there for Frank.
Davis thinks about the 3 at the second attempt. He takes it and he hits. What a big shot from the Rocks player coach.
Last 2 baskets all down to this high screen and roll play involving Micah Green. Really good play again, well controlled, and the guy who set the screen left open.
Durant Durant has it knocked away by Malniak's ball loose on the floor. It ends up in Martin's hands, and a bit fortunate there, Guildford, to get 2 points out of that.
Bit fortunate in the way he got the ball, but no mistake in the way he powered to the basket. That was a really nice finger roll from Mike Martin.
Harrison screens left and right, goes right, passes left. Gets it back. Harrison open at the top of the key, that's off left, and rebound pulled in by the Heat. Mogai picked a pocket by Harrison. What a steal. Running it back. Harrison to the hole. Tipped in by Gareth Murray. Great play from E.J. Harrison. He just came up limping a little bit after that. But what hands here for the steal.
Terrific play by E.J. Harrison, but watch Gareth Murray. Look at that. Really followed up the play, as did Michael Green. Great control tipping by Gareth.
Thrown away by Teo Ogundengbe, and Johnny Bunyan's going to check into the game for the first time for E.J. Harrison. E.J. just came up with that steal and going at full pace down the court. Obviously just felt a little tweak in his ankle, and they're going to give him a minute or two
the
off.
steal made that play, but again, full marks to Gareth Murray for the way he followed up and the way he controlled his tipping.
And here's a popular young man in these parts. Got a big roar just coming on there.
He normally... Oh. Rock's using that play a lot. Sterling Davis flashing to the high post. Weak side guy ready to backdoor to the basket, but really good defense there by the Heat to cut off that backdoor cut.
Well, just another damp patch underneath the basket, and quickly being swept up, and will be a sideline ball to the Rocks.
Looking at his body language, Johnny Bunyan certainly doesn't lack confidence, does he? Really good to see the young kid
good
come
hands.
out there.
But Davis is there to run it back. He's
Great.
played a lot of minutes this season. Shot clock ticking down. Green with the pull-up. Oh, they almost got 3 points out of what should have been a turnover. Ogundengbe to the hole is fouled, and he'll lay it in, and you've got to stop Teo when he's got the ball in the open floor.
What a terrific, I don't know how far this play will go, but what a terrific defensive rebound. One quick bounce and he out into the open court.
And nobody stopped him. He just went right down the lane. Bunyan caught him underneath. And it will be an end-line, a bonus free throw for Teo Ogundengbe.
What really impressed me there was the speed in which Teo pushed that ball off the dribble after it landed after the rebound. Created the whole play for himself, fraction of a second.
Murray wants it back. He's going to bring it over the halfway line as point guard. Bunyan under pressure from Lasker gets it to Davis.
Did well to get that pass off, Johnny, because he was under a lot of pressure from Drew Lasker.
Murray steps back for three. What a shot from Gareth Murray. The little step back, fall away three. Gives his team an 8-point lead.
I'm not sure, but that must be, what, 4 threes this quarter for the Rocks? Living down the three-point line and making them from the three-point line.
Well, they all went away from them last week as McLemore tries to respond from the three-point line in the fourth quarter at Plymouth. But they found their touch here. Oh, Malinex tried to get it out to Huffer quickly. In the end, they ended up with nothing, and Lasker lays it in.
Good pass from Michael Martin. Really strong move to the basket from Drew. Two well-worked and well-earned points.
Bunyan. Rocks will be quite happy to trade scores at this moment in time because they have the cushion. Huffer cutting back door, had it knocked away, gets his own rebound. Can't quite convert it, gets his own rebound again. Great hustle, but he's called for the travel. But, I mean, you've got to credit the work.
Terrific offensive board. What was it, 2, 3 offensive boards?
Just kept going after it. There's the first one. And the second one, he had no right to get that in amongst Durant and those. And then just lost his feet as he tried to hang on to the loose ball.
Really good two-footed takeoff ability there from Danny Huffer.
McLemore skips it round to Joseph. Martin.
Heat need to spread this zone out a little bit, just like that. There we go.
And Joseph for three, all string from Julius Joseph. It's a three-point game with 5 to play.
moment Mike Martin penetrated, you see Julius Joseph take the spot up.
Malniak's driving through, dumps off, it's not loose. Timeout, says Davis as he runs back down court. Ogundengbe will flush it down. And Sterling Davis, that's the thing of a player coach. He's trying to run back on defense and call a timeout at the same time. It's a one-point game.
How quickly is this game swinging from one to the other? Not long ago, we were talking about the Rocks extending the lead. Now it's a one-point game again.
That's the jam on the break by Teo Ogundengbe. He's been really a spark plug for the Heat here today. Davis will just want to calm his team down. Does he bring the big guys back in now, Wedemeyer and Cranston on these 4 fouls?
Well, Wedemeyer possibly, because he's got some quickness about him. DeAndre's on 4. Is he just going to stand there and not play D? I would probably risk Wedemeyer if it was our shoes. I'm not sure I would risk Cranston. Be interested to see what he calls.
Well, pausing the action here, we'll take a break as well. We'll be right back after this.
Bet365.com. Welcome to Casino City.
It's my job to look for things. And some things you can't afford to miss. Like insurgents prepping a rocket rail. Within minutes, a tornado was sent up. One target destroyed. 0 casualties. My proudest day ever.
G'day. Hi, it's John from Norwich.
Jacko?
I'm going on holiday and I'm worrying about my hairy back.
How hairy are we talking, mate?
Pretty hairy. Should I wax it?
Hold the shears, mate. There's nothing wrong with a back beard. Some of the greatest men in history have been hairies. Julius Caesar, Bill Shakespeare, and even my great-uncle Dazza all had backs a kookaburra could nest in. Are you happier saying I'm a man who's follically endowed, or a man who waxes his own body? We're not saying one is right and one is wrong. But the second one's definitely wrong.
Good advice. Thanks, guys.
And remember, Jacko, waxing's for cars. Hooroo!
Foster's. Good call.
I'm More Than Freeman. Here's a short, sweet story. Buy car insurance from the good folks at More Than, and you could get a free courtesy car as standard. Best of all, call and switch today, and they'll promise to beat your renewal premium. Thank you for listening. Call More Than now on 0800-300-811.
With Sky Movies, you get more.
Let's go.
More brand new movies every week.
Well, thank you.
More ways to watch them.
You decide.
And more chances to watch them.
That's gonna be one hell of a ride, Staff Sergeant.
Whenever and wherever you are. In the UK and Ireland.
And I know just where to get them.
Are you ready?
No one brings you movies like Sky Movies.
I never asked for the darkness. But now, it's mine to control.
We've come for the darkness, Jackie.
Come and get it.
Master your demons. The Darkness 2. Available February 10th.
You can also be part of the story as an RAF reserve. Search online for RAF reserves.
Good morning, morning. Good morning, sideways world. Good morning, ruffled hair. Good morning, sleepy heads everywhere. The Tropicana oranges have been gently picked and squeezed. It's time to wake up. It's time to come alive. Tropicana, tap into nature.
I can teach anybody to dance.
Watch yourself.
Honestly, do not know what's going to happen.
Ashley Banjo's Secret Street Crew, Sunday at 7:30 on Sky One Sundays.
Glasgow ball from the end. They lead here by a point. 4:45 on the clock.
So I'm not sure if I was the coach here, I would have not kept Sterling on the floor. Sterling, Wedemeyer and Cranston takes up a lot of space around that Heat basket, which is where they're trying to push their offense to at the moment.
Not considering player coach this year then, Dave?
Just a few years past it, I think.
Just leave it to the boys, yeah?
I'd need a couple of months' notice to get into shape.
Here's Green. Green penetrates out to Wedemeyer. Wedemeyer drives to the hole, little flip. Doesn't quite go. Green gets the rebound though. His shot does bobble in, and it stretches the Rocks' lead to 3.
Great hustle from the Rocks. Big play from Micah Green.
Good hands from Cranston to knock it loose. Green saves it to Murray. Harrison's out on the break, and it's thrown to Harrison, and he lays it in. And great hustle at the defensive end from the Rocks gives them 2 points.
He was out of bounds chasing that ball. Gareth Murray spotted the breakaway by EJ straight away. Great play from the Rocks.
Just threw it back hopefully, and Murray said thank you very much, and EJ lays it in. Lasker to Martin, shot clock getting low. Big play, you feel this for the Heat. Martin can't convert. Lasker with the rebound. Lasker inside. Cranston and Wedemeyer playing the defense. Cranston pulls down the rebound.
Cranston's size was a big factor there in preventing the Heat getting the clear route to basket.
Murray drives baseline, got his arm slapped, didn't he? No, says the referee.
I don't know. I think I'm sure Gareth went through with that shot thinking he was going to get the put on the line.
Foul is called. Didn't see who the foul is. On Cranston on the rebound. I think it might have been.
I think Gareth Murray is showing the referee the exact spot on his arm where he was fouled and why he should be on the line.
It looked like, let's see what Cranston does on the replay. Oh, there's a body flying there, so whether that's what Cranston's been called for, and he's done. He's fouled out of the game. Sterling Davis will have to come back in.
Well, if that's a foul off the ball, they're going to be very disappointed that DeAndre comes out of the game on that foul. Really disappointed. But I thought he did a good job there. He took up a lot of space, made it more difficult for the Heat to have an easy access to their basket. Took a good rebound for them.
Let's have another quick look. That's the one. Oh, maybe there is some ball in that. But here is on the rebound, Cranston. Oh, a little shove off of Julius Joseph. That's what he's been called for. Green almost comes up with a steal. And Green, I think, could have left that out of bounds because it looked like it came off McLemore. But as he tried to reach it back in, he ended up touching it out.
Micah Green is playing inspired defense right now. Look at him, he's talking, he's getting them organized.
Ogundegbie knocked loose by Harrison on the reach. And I think Davis is going to be called for the foul. Yes, it is. It's only his 3rd.
I think Guildford have got a clear strategy here. Let's try and get to the basket. Let's get them in team fouls. Let's do the business from the line.
Of course, it means they have to shoot the ball. Oh, there's a kick ball. That's just put another 10 seconds onto the shot clock. It was down to 4, and now they get 14.
I'm glad you understand this resetting of the clock, Danny. Most coaches don't.
Oh, stolen away, and here comes Green. Green driving to the hole is fouled by McLemore, and you know what? I'm not sure that he got him on that. I think he stepped out of it.
I'd be disappointed right now if I was Creon. I thought that was good defense.
Well, Creon is disappointed on his own, I think it's fair to say. It looked like he was going to foul him, and then he jumped out of the way, and Creon being told any more arguing and you're going to get a technical foul, and that's the thing that drives coaches nuts. When you think the foul has gone against you, and then you get a warning for a tee.
I'm not sure coaches should make these decisions, Daniel, but I'm with you on this one.
Oh, the free throw rattled out from Green. And Glasgow are normally a very good free throw shooting team, especially in this situation. I know Green hit a few free throws in the last couple of minutes last weekend in their win at Leicester, which kept the Riders at bay, and they'll be looking to do the same thing here with 3 minutes to go and a 6-point lead.
Yeah, I think that's what Guildford have got to remember. This is still 3 minutes to go. It's only 6 points, 3 minutes to go.
And that's a kick ball, and if there was any less than 14 seconds on the clock, it'd be resetted, but as it is in the rules now, it just stays at 14.
Interesting to see that the Rocks are keeping this middle defender out high to make it difficult for the Heat to throw that cross-court ball across there to change the side of their offense. There he is again.
It's a 1-3-1 zone, which you don't see very often. Rebound pulled in by Murray.
And that's the place to get the shot against a 1-3-1 right from the corner. Just didn't fall for Julius.
Harrison, bounce pass is a bit low for Wedemeyer, and it's not out of bounds by Frank Holmes, so it will be an end-line ball to the Rocks. Harrison to inbound to Green. Green in the corner. Gets a little bump foul from Ogundengi. Somebody in the crowd got really excited. They thought that basket might count, but foul was a long way before it.
What it does, though, it put Guildford Heat in foul trouble. And I'm just thinking with that fourth foul going up, this is where Guildford need a little bit more now than a defensive job. They need to get some points on the board.
Davis will try the inbound. Gets it into Wedemeyer. Here's Davis sizing up Holmes. Goes right past him, draws the foul. Frank Holmes turns to the official to argue the case, but once he's got the step on you, any contact is defensive.
I think that's Frank's fifth. I think we'll see Sean Durant coming back out and a really veteran player by Sterling Davies.
Well, interestingly, 15 was flashing on the board, but Frank at number 7 on the thing is down as 7. It's 4 fouls, and they don't seem to have counted that one, so unless they've got Frank down as a different number on the board. I'm a bit confused by that, like you did.
Yeah, I thought that was his 5th foul.
Lasker thrown out to McLemore. McLemore fires up, doesn't quite go, and is that Lasker with a little pull on the rebound? I think that's what's been called.
Oh, he's pointing to the Rocks bench.
No, so it wasn't Lasker on that rebound. He's applauding it. It's one of them where you wait and see what the call is, and then you applaud it if it goes your way.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good drive and kick out by Drew Lasker. Martel be disappointed he didn't knock that shot down.
And Wedemeyer, that was a foul on him, and that saw him go to the bench now, fouled out. As Green tried to steal that away, just used his foot. So Wedemeyer and Cranston will take no further pot. 2:07 to play. Their team leads by 7. Again, it's stolen away. Hoffer out on the break and jams it down. Just a really sloppy play by Guildford.
I think if Rocks can hold on here to win this game, a lot of credit will go to the way they played this zone defense.
McLemore. Stolen away again, and Hoffer's out on the break. Lasker chasing it back. Lasker blocks him. Great hustle from Lasker to chase it back. McLemore dancing, dumps it off to Joseph, and he lays it in. 96 seconds to go. It's a 7-point game. The Rocks will want to take some time, and if they get fouled, they have to make their free throws. That should be enough for them. Run the clock, make free throws.
Here the Rocks go again with this half-court motion that's been doing so well for them.
Lasker playing the defense there on Green, but couldn't stop him from making the shot. And a substitution called. The Rocks are going to the bench as if it's a timeout, but in fact it's just a substitution. But while the confusion's going on, we can have a quick look at Drew Lasker's block. And look, he's way behind. Looks like he can't catch him. Does catch him, and then slaps it off the ball.
Terrific athleticism. And then in the next offense, Drew obviously is faced with a really big guard. Guards who are big, who can post up in the low post, are a nightmare to defend. Thought Mike, a really strong move from Micah Green in the low post.
Lasker round to McLemore. Time against the Heat here as we approach the final minute. Martin was more open than he knew there. Ogundengi falls over. That'll be a wrap ball. Look for the arrow. Guildford keep it. But 11 seconds left, and with 1:01 to go, they need a quicker shot than this. Again, there's just a little perspiration on the floor. And at the start of the game, the Rocks fans are on their feet for the till their first score, and at the end of the game for the final minute they all get on their feet, hopefully to roar their team home to victory, and that certainly looks the most likely outcome from here.
Looks the most at the moment.
Oh, stolen away by Huffer again, and this time he's fouled by McLemore, but in the last couple of minutes there's been 3 or 4 steals and fast breaks by the Rocks, which have been crucial.
I think it's been really good positional play off the ball in this zone defence that's caused the problems. They've taken great passing lanes. Often you put a zone in, you do it to protect the basket. They've done it to disrupt the Guildford offence, and I think they've done a really good job doing that.
Huffer off the mark though from the free throw line. And that's the worst thing about being a player with a player coach on court, is he's only 2 feet away from you to tell you to knock those shots down. He does at the second attempt, and Coach Raftopoulos calls a timeout with 55.6 seconds to go. I'm assuming part of this timeout not only to draw up a play, but also to advance the ball into the front court to give them less time off the clock before they can get a shot up.
Yeah, certainly that'll be part of his strategy to get into the front court. He'll be thinking now the only way to win this game is make it a long night. Quick shots, quick fouls, see whether we can trade threes for free throws.
Well, it's not a great team to foul if you're wanting to win a game like that, because the Rocks are such a good free throw shooting team. They have missed 4 here today, but as you rightly point out, 10 points, you're going to hope they're going to miss 4 here in the last minute, and you've got to make 3s at the other end. Well, Heat needs some fireworks here in the last minute.
So it's going to be, will they try and make the 3s from the three-point line, or will they try and make 3s by getting the ball inside?
Whichever way they do it, they need to do it quick. It's Joseph going inside, has it knocked away, and Murray comes up with it. McLemore with a quick foul, but really with 47 seconds to go, if you don't get a score on that, the foul isn't going to help you here.
Well, what I was really interested in there, as soon as that ball went to the corner, the Rocks put the trap on. And they've done that really successfully. Guildford have found it difficult to get the ball out of that trap.
And Gareth Murray will walk the length of the court for 2 free throws. The first of which is good, and it's hard to see a way back for Guildford from here.
I agree with everything that's been said. I think Guildford are in the ascendancy. I think they have definitely improved going into the second half of the season. Climbing up the table is not beyond them, but hats off, the Rocks have done a terrific job tonight. A lot of it's down to that zone.
Murray does miss a free throw, but Guildford need a 3 now. That's got to go in from Lasker. It doesn't. Joseph tips it up in the air. Davis pulls it in, and they'll quickly wrap him up. It's a jump ball, but the arrow is pointing the way of the Rocks. Davis is trying to argue that it was a foul, but he won't be too disappointed that his team have at least got the ball out of this.
Oh, gone to the Heat. Now, referee correcting, I think, overruling.
Here's another look. He's come in, and 3 of them collapsed on him, and he just thought I was getting fouled there, but Joseph adjudged to have had hold of the ball. And as you can see, the possession arrow pointing the way of the Rocks. Well, just inbound and catch, and then make some free throws. It's thrown long to Huffer. Great pass. Huffer goes to the hole, misses the layup. He could have run some clock there.
Yeah, player
it probably
wide
doesn't
open
matter.
in the corner.
Oh, Harrison with the steal. This time Huffer will get off, and he will jam it down. And a great performance from the Glasgow Rocks is going to see them back to winning ways here at Kelvin Hall after a bit of a blip last time out where they were shocked by Mersey Tigers.
But really interesting stat to look at here, Danny, will be the number of steals the Rocks have had in this last quarter.
Well, they've done a really good job, and time ticks down. The home fans count it down, and a roar of approval because a fantastic victory by the Rocks, but a great game as a neutral day for us to watch. That could have gone either way.
That was a terrific game. I think Heat played their part early in the game. I think they made a good comeback when Teo came back onto the court. Overall, I think at the final analysis of that game there, I think it's the Rocks' decision to go to that zone. I think that zone did a terrific job. I will be interested to see how many steals they got from that, and all of them pretty much converted by Danny Huffer on breakaway layups. Really, really solid performance from the Rocks.
Certainly was. Glasgow Rocks have beaten the Guildford Heat here at Kelvin Hall. It's finished 86-75. Well, Sterling, you don't see a lot of 1-3-1 in the BBL, but that really paid dividends for you today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at halftime I told the guys, listen, we work on it all the time. You know, I didn't know when I would have to bring it out or when a good time would be. And it's a risky thing to try to do, but we've been pretty consistent with working on it in practice and it proved effective today. You know, I can't say it'll always be the same situation, but we took a risk on it and it was good for us.
And when the game was tight, you came up with some important steals and ran back layups.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was good. I think the guys really, I think we needed to mix something up a little bit with us, you know, because I think we were a little down with our intensity levels and things like that. So, you know, I felt like a good way to kind of bring the guys' interest back in and do something a little bit different was to try to throw that in there. And I thought, you know, the guys responded well. Guildford, you know, they didn't really counter it very much, so we stuck with it and it worked for us.
And Teo gave you some problems when he came off the bench for them attacking the basket?
Teo always gives us problems. You know, every time we play them, you know, he's a tough guard for us because, you know, he's aggressive inside, he's quick outside. So you got to find that right guy who can kind of keep up with him. He does a good job of rebounding the basketball, and like I said, he's just a great athlete. So you know, he's always been one that we have to focus on, and he's having a good year so far. So we expected that, and he proved himself again.
And a good win for you, and also an important win.
Definitely, both of those facts are true. You know, we needed the win just to be at home, and then as far as this Guildford team, you know, they got a great team. The athletes that they have and the experience, like I told you before the game, they're a much better team than their record shows, and it's a battle. We knew that before we came into the basketball game, and we're just fortunate to come out with the win.
Well done tonight. Thanks for joining us. Cheers. Well, Creon, that was a pretty tight game. Unfortunately for you, they just snuck away in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think, you know, a little bit of ourselves shooting ourselves in the foot. And also, obviously, you know, Sterling did a great job bringing out a 1-3-1 zone that we hadn't seen before. Kind of stifled us a bit. So, you know, all in all, you know, it's a tough loss to take.
Yeah, that zone defense. You don't see 1-3-1 in the BBL very often, but they came up with some crucial steals out of it.
Yeah, I think he did a great job because, you know, they got long arms, good length, and so, you know, they stayed big, and we just couldn't get the ball down low. You know, the times that we got the ball down low, they contested shots, you know, could have been a foul, might not be a foul, but, you know, they got out in transition with some steals, got some easy layups, and, you know, we turned over the ball 19 times, and that was due to their zone being so strong.
And Teo gave you some real energy. You went a little flat when he was in foul trouble.
Yeah, unfortunately, he picked up 3 early ones, you know, and I said to him, we won't start you in the third. We'll get you into to play the rest of the game, which we did. And, you know, he stepped up big, had a little bit of an unfortunate mishap in terms of not having my assistant coaches with me because I never realized that on the scoreboard, Frank Holmes was not number 7, although he was wearing number 7. And so when they put up 4 fouls on Teo, I thought it was Frank, and that's why I took him out the game. But that aside, you know, I think Big Frank showed what he's capable of, real athletic, moved really well. And, you know, I'm confident that we can get back to winning ways.
Confused us as well, but yeah, I thought Frank gave you some life as well when he came in. Very active on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I think he's a better offensive rebounder than he is a defensive rebounder, and he showed his athletic ability running the floor, chasing down guys. So, you know, I think he's getting his feet back, his energy's coming in. By next week, I won't have to take him out the game so soon. You know, I take him out because he asked for a blow. But at the end of the day, you know, tough place to come. They got the game against us, so, you know, we start preparing for our next one.
Well done. Thank you for talking to us. Cheers. Well, Dave, if we look back at some of the action, 2 really distinct spells of play. In the first half, we saw Guildford with some excellent ball movement, some great transition coming from their defense, and that was really the key to them getting the lead early on.
They did. They felt good about their offense. They moved the ball really well, and as you say, their defense was their first line of offense. A lot of steals, a lot of pushing the ball down the floor quickly, and some real good layup situations for the Heat. And it took the Rocks a time to adjust to that and to get their half-court offense going.
And the thing I found quite noticeable about Guildford was they kept passing the ball. We saw Frank Holmes very active on the glass. He was a key for them. But in the second half, it almost sort of switched round. Rocks came with this 1-3-1 zone that we don't see a lot of in the BBL, and it resulted in this, turnovers and layups at the other end.
Yeah, and a lot of those turnovers led to easy baskets, particularly for Danny Huffer. The Rocks play some really good positional play within that zone off the ball, which you don't often get in a zone defence. I thought they did an absolutely terrific job in that, and they couple that at the same time. As you see outside shots going in, a lot of those came from some skillful high pick and rolls.
Yeah, and it was the defense leading to the offense that was key for the Rocks to win by 11. Let's take a look at all the results from the BBL this weekend. Friday night saw a vital away win for Cheshire Jets in the Northwest Derby, beating Mersey by 11. Newcastle have 1 foot in the BBL Trophy final after a commanding away win in the first leg at Sheffield, and Milton Keynes took their first leg by 6 in the other semi-final. On Saturday night, Rob Paternoster claimed a 50th home win as Leicester boss as the Riders beat the Sharks. And in the battle of the top 2, Newcastle claimed a thrilling victory in Worcester, 102-100, thanks to a late Charles Smith basket. We've seen Guildford against Glasgow in our main game, and in the trophy semi-final second leg, there was drama as overtime was required. The Raiders were up 6 at the end of regulation, and they went through by 2, 188-186, after overtime on aggregate. Well, a great victory for the Rocks here in Glasgow. Next week we get to see Dave Elderkin and his Wildcats team in action as they play host to high-flying Leicester. That's Durham Wildcats versus Leicester Riders, Tuesday, 14th of February, Sky Sports 3 at 6 p.m. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
There's no feeling like going all-inclusive. That's why all our holidays are going all-inclusive.
Poker is all about your hand.
Wow, cool.
Want to see what I'm holding?
It's a different poker experience. I can catch up with my mates, choose my table, my deck, I can tag players. Chicken!
Whoa! Even playing 3D!
Join 888poker.com and get £5 free. No deposit needed.
I'm Shane Warne, and I play different. Do you?
888 Poker. We play different.
Over the last year, 500,000 Britons suddenly just upped sticks and decided to move somewhere new. LV. And they all probably moved their car insurance for the same reason. The price, right? Fact is, our no-claims discount can reach a whopping 75% off. Over 1,000 people a day are joining LV. Join them and you could enjoy cheaper car insurance too. Call 0800 656 656 or go to lv.com.
At Lloyds TSB, mobile banking just got better. Not only can you check your balance on the go, but now you can also pay your bills. And much, much more. Helping you stay on top of your money. Lloyds TSB. For the journey.
Sky's online casino brings you a great range of online casino games with a completely free £10 bonus to new players to play on casino classics such as £1 Million Drop, Cops and Robbers and Cleopatra, and favourite games like Deal or No Deal, where you choose your lucky box and attempt to beat the banker. You can use your free £10 to play the slot version too, or a jackpot game that's reached £2.6 million. Claim your £10 free now at Sky's online casino. SkyVegas.com.
Hey now, this'll fill you with glee if you buy now. Nectar points are on me, we've 1,000 points to give you. Buy car insurance through Confused.com. Collect your Nectar points from Confused.com.
Collect 1,000 Nectar points when you buy your car insurance through Confused.com.
Nectar points are on us on Confused.com.
I was living in Devil Town.
This is about keeping this town alive.
Didn't know it was Devil Town.
Very nice boy. Oh, thank you. Knock it off. You can't go in a game tomorrow night like that.
Oh, Lord, it really brings me down about the Devil Town.
You're not champion until you've earned it.
Friday Night Lights starts next Tuesday at 8, Sky Atlantic HD.
And Wembley is hallowed ground for Barcelona again.
This is Sky Sports in HD.